welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another tutorial. So today I'm going to be bringing you a look that I've wanted to do on my channel for such a long time for Halloween, and it's creating Freddy Krueger. Now I'm sure majority of you know about Freddy Krueger and about the story. If you don't, just go ahead and Google it online. I'm sure you'll be able to find all the write-ups and bios on him. It's such a absolutely brilliant film, and honestly whenever I watch it, it does really scare me to death. I'm such like a wimp when it comes to horror films. I always get freaked out by the smallest things, so this is one of the characters that literally freak me out the most. Can't believe I'm actually going to create him today on my channel. So yeah, if you want to see how I turn myself into Freddy Krueger just for Halloween, then please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on my Instagram page, and also don't forget to give this tutorial a big thumbs up. But yeah, without further ado, let's turn into Freddy Krueger. Right, so I'm going to be dipping into the Tartest Pro palette and using a mixture of their shades in this palette. So the first shade I'm going to go in with to start the eyes off is the shade Mod. It's just a very pinky purpley colour, and I'm going to first apply this with a large fluffy brush just so I can cover the area and the surface that I really want to. I'm sorry about the lighting at the start of the video. It is a little bit weird, and I think it's because how dull the sky was today. I do use natural lighting, so bear with me. The lighting does get better throughout this tutorial. And then I'm just using that same shade on a smaller fluffy brush just to pack that on the rest of the areas where I wanted it. Now the second colour I'm going to be going in with is the shade Smoked. It's a very dark brown, and this is literally going all over our lids. I wanted to keep the eyes very simple but still like very smoky and kind of looking a little bit dirty, like, you know, like Freddy Krueger. He was burnt, and I wanted to keep that like dirty muddy look effect. And then the second colour I'm going to be going in with a smaller fluffy brush is in the shade Drama. This is just blending out that brown shade and also just smoking out the eyelid a little bit more. Then I'm going to go back in with that shade Mod and just blend all them colours out so nothing looks too muddy. Next I'm going to be lining my upper lash line just so I have got some kind of smoky line there to work with. The false lashes we'll be applying later, and I'm just going to use the end of the eyeliner, which is like a rubber, and it just smokes out the eyeliner a little bit more, then packing on some more of that smoked eyeshadow just to blend in with the eyeliner. And then I'm going to go for like spiky lashes. I just think they worked absolutely gorgeous with this look. I got them off Amazon. Now going onto the face, I'm going to pick up my liquid latex from Mehron, and I'm literally going to cover the area where I'm going to be starting off like this face piece. I'm then going to be applying some tissue paper over that liquid latex and literally pressing it down firmly but being very gentle so we don't create any bumps or air pockets and things like that. And then I'm going to go around the edge of it and literally just pull away the tissue. It will just pull away because the rest of the tissue is kind of wet, so don't worry about ripping it off your face because that won't happen. Then I'm just going to seal down the edges of that tissue paper. Then I'm going to start working on the base where we get these burns. So I'm going to put some liquid latex down, and then I'm going to roll up some tissue in my fingers and just start placing this on top of the tissue. This is very simple. I know it looks very complex, but honestly it is really simple. You just want to keep applying liquid latex over your face, and literally this spatula will be your best friend in this look. This spatula is helping me with loads of my looks lately. So what I'm doing here is just getting the spatula on the edge and pressing that tissue paper down so we know it's firm down and it's not going anywhere. Also later in the video I'll be blending with this spatula here, blending the tissue into my face and making the tissue paper rise a little bit more so it is standing off our skin a whole lot more. So you can go in with like a eyeliner and things like that and draw out the shapes you want to, but literally it is a lot more quicker and a lot more easier like this. You don't have to sit there and think where you want your things to go. Literally I probably practiced this look the day before I actually started filming it, and I'd done like a little square on my face and I thought that's it, I'm literally going to go for it. So you don't really need to practice with this look. I just wanted to see how it would turn out. So as you can see, I'm just laying down the liquid latex in the areas where I want the tissue paper to be, aka burns, and I'm literally just doing it in any shape and any direction. There isn't a right or wrong way to put the shapes or the tissue paper down. You literally just want to follow where your hands take you. And then here I'm just building up the top of the burn just to help it stand off the skin a little bit more and look a lot more realistic and 3D. So as you can see here, I'm just pressing against that tissue paper just to help it look a lot more 3D on my skin. And then I just applied some liquid latex in between them burns and started pressing my spatula up and down off the liquid latex as it got tacky. This is just going to add more of a burnt effect on the skin. Then I started creating a neck piece just because I knew I was wearing the jumper and I knew that my neck would be showing through. Obviously, if you're wearing a different kind of costume for Freddy Krueger and none of your neck is showing, then you don't have to do this. But literally, I just wanted to add a little bit more effect on to the neck, and I really liked the way it did actually come out. Then for foundation, I went in with a full coverage one, which is the Superstay 24 Hour from Maybelline. I'll leave all these shades and things down below, but I'm just using one slightly darker and slightly lighter above my skin tone. I've done the rest of my face just because we aren't really concentrating on that, so I'm just going to cover the liquid latex and the tissue paper in my foundation just so it blends nicely into my face, and then setting my makeup and that liquid latex part in Collection Sheer Loose Powder. You're going to make sure you do this just so it does stay in place. And then for the lower lash line, I just went back in with the shade Drama underneath there and then blended it out. Then I went in with some MAC mascara from Avon. Absolutely love this mascara. Then for bronzer, I went in with the Tarte bronzer in the shade Hotel Heiress. And then I also started to apply this bronzer onto that area just so it would blend in to my natural skin and it just would give it a natural flesh tone. Then going in with the blush from I Heart Revolution in the shade Blushing. Now, to help bring this piece all to life and make it look a lot more 3D like it is standing off our skin, I'm going to go in with the shade Punk out of the Tartest Pro palette. This is the only palette that we're using throughout this look just to make it a lot more easier. So every little corner and every little ditch you want to see in these little burns, you're going to want to make sure you do cover them in black and fill them in with black. It's just going to make it look a lot more hollow and like it is really sunken in to your face. Like literally, black is your best friend when doing Halloween look. I feel like black and grey always bring things to life. It just makes things look a lot more hollower and things like that. So now filling in the burn area, and to make it look like a flesh tone colour, I'm going to go in with the shade Mod and Drama mixed on this fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in between them little burns and I'm going to start blending out the black a little bit more as well. As I said, this is just going to look like burning flesh underneath the top flesh that has burnt away. So yeah, I think it made it look a lot more realistic. And then I thought the edges of the side of the burn looked a little bit flat, so then I just ran the shade Punk alongside of this as well. Then going over the top in the shade Smoked and Edgy, just two different shades of browns just to help make it look a little bit more like dirty skin. Then I'm just going to rip some of the liquid latex. Literally, this made me feel sick, like not lying, it did make me feel sick. But then once I've created that little burn hole, I'm just going to fill that in with the shades Mod and Drama. And as you can see, I've already popped on the jumper. It didn't come ripped or anything, so I just like grabbed some scissors and just started creating some cuts in the jumper just to help that blend into the look and not make it look so plain, and made it look like it had been in like some fire and things like that. I'm then just going to pick up the shade Drama, which is that really deep purple, and then just start creating a little bit more darker shade of purple just to give it a lot more definition. And then to bring this look to life, I'm going to go in with the shade Vintage, which is like a white shade, and pop this on top of the tissue. This is going to help rise the actual burn and make it look like it is really standing off your skin and it is your natural skin. Highlighting and shading always make sure face and any scars and things like that come to life, so make sure you do that on your Halloween looks. And then I'm just going to lightly brush away the excess of that shade. Then going in with the Mehron Clotted Blood, I'm going to start filling in the like burns and things like that. Now I didn't really want to pack this on and make it all runny. I wanted it to look like really real and make it look like some of it was dried blood but also flesh underneath there. So I just started tapping it with my finger and it went like really thick and more dry out, which is what I wanted. So yeah, to get like his flesh toned appearance, try dabbing your finger up and down instead of just going in with a brush. It really helps a lot. And then I just dabbed my finger up and down over the top of the tissue as well, just so it looked like, you know, the flesh was like bleeding on top of our skin. Sounds disgusting, but that's what it is. Then once I've done this, I popped on my wig cap and then popped on the hat and the wig, and then went in with some liquid lipstick from Beauty Bakery in the shade Versailles, and this is the end result, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I definitely enjoyed creating Freddy Krueger. So yeah, until next time, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give this tutorial a big thumbs up, and follow me on my Instagram. But yeah, bye guys.